Problems involving sequences. Let us proceed with our next problem. And it states that Beatrix was promised to have an increase of 250 pesos every quarter for the next 5 years before she reaches her minimum retiring age. If she is currently receiving 45,000 every quarter, how much will her salary be after 5 years? Again, let us try to illustrate the problem this way. So let us write first this information about the increase of 250 pesos every quarter. And it actually happens for the next 5 years. So it means that after such period, she will not be receiving any more increase. So let us simply write here that it would happen for 5 years. And another thing is that Beatrix is actually receiving 45,000 every quarter. So this is not the monthly salary. So please take note that this is her salary every quarter, 45,000. So here you will notice that we are using this same unit of time every quarter. So we may immediately use such idea of having the computation using such quantity. But the question here actually asks how much will her salary be after 5 years? So salary comes every month, so we must carefully plan for our solution here. And for example, if we would like to convert this quantities per month, then what will happen to this salary of 45,000 every quarter? So we have to divide this obviously by 3 months. So take note that we have a total of 12 months in a year, and quarter means 1/4. So we should divide this by 4, and there will be 3 months, okay? 3 months in a quarter. So that means her monthly salary is 15,000. But we also have to take note that we will not be doing the same for 250 because this is an increase every quarter. So to illustrate such idea then, let us make an assumption that Beatrix started in January. So that means she would be receiving a salary of 15,000 for that month. And on February, she will be receiving the same amount of 15,000. Since March is the third month, then she would be receiving an increase of 250 pesos. So that means her salary for such month is 15,250 pesos. So this is what we meant by the increase of 250 pesos every quarter. So to fully understand the idea, let us try to make an extension here. So we have January, February, March, and on April, she would be receiving the same amount, 15,250. Then next, in May, she will be receiving the same amount of 15,250 pesos. But in June, since that we have completed another quarter, then her salary of 15,250 pesos will again increase by another 250 pesos, and now she will be receiving 15,500 here. And if we would like to investigate on these numbers, then we have to check if there is a common difference or a common ratio. Obviously, the difference between these two numbers is 0, and the quotient is 1. And having these two numbers, 15,000 and 15,250, the difference would be 250 while the quotient is a fraction relative to 15,250 over 15,000. So let us not have the lowest term of this because the point is that we did not obtain any common difference or common ratio for these numbers. That means that we cannot use the idea of having the monthly salary like this. So let us see if we use the concept of having her salary per quarter. So let us have this months be our first quarter. So on the first quarter, she will have a total amount of salary of 45,250. While for the second quarter, she will have a total of 46,000. So now let us try to illustrate her salary for the next quarter. So June, so next would be July, August, next is September. So the salary for June is 15,500. So that means that she would be receiving the same amount for July, same for August. While for September, the increase happens. So she will receive an amount of 15,500 plus 250. So here we have a total of 15,750. And for the third quarter, her salary will now have a total of 46,750. And now for the next quarter, we have the months of October, November, and December. She would be receiving the same amount of 15,750 for the October and the same for November. But another increase will happen in December. So we have now a total of 16,000. And for the fourth quarter, she will have a salary of, of 47,500. And now let us see if this number shows either an arithmetic sequence or geometric sequence. So looking at the difference first. So 47,500 minus 46,750. So that gives us 750 pesos. While 46,750,000 minus 46,000, it is obviously 750 pesos as well. While 46,000 minus 45,250, it gives us a difference of 750. So that means we have a common difference of 750. Therefore, these numbers show an arithmetic sequence, which has an a sub 1 of 45,250. And let us take a look at how many periods or how many quarters do we have for 5 years. Since there are 4 quarters in a year, then we can easily have the number of quarters we have for 5 years by multiplying the 4 with 5. And that gives us a total of 20 quarters. So it would simply mean that we are looking for her salary on the 20th quarter. So let us simply write a sub 20 here for the meantime. And let us solve the a sub 20 using the formula for the arithmetic sequence. And we have this. And for our a sub n, it is a sub 20. while the value of A sub 1 here is 45,250, and our N obviously is 20, and we have our common difference B equal to 750. And now let us simplify this equation. So here we have 45,250 plus 19 times 750. So let us use a calculator to speed up the process. So we are multiplying 750 with 19. And that gives us 14,250. And now adding these two numbers together, so we will obtain a total of 59,500. But this would be her salary on the 20th quarter. So since we are asked of her salary after 5 years, then it is about the monthly salary after such period. So remember that we have illustrated this using such concept of by January, she is receiving 15,000, and by February, the same amount of 15,000 pesos. But on March, it becomes 15,250 pesos. So remember that this is the total salary on the 20th quarter. So we must know what will be her monthly salary after the increase. And the increase happens on the last month of the quarter. So here we can actually have this be something like 15,000 plus 250. So you would notice here that if we let 15,000 be equal to X, then what would happen here with our 15,000? All of those become X. And if we get the total of such quantity, then it would give us 3x plus 250. So that means we can make use of this expression to come up with the value of the x, and by adding 250 to x, it gives us the monthly salary after the increase. And equating such expression to 59,500 then, so please allow me to erase this first. Okay, so let us apply the APE. So adding the additive inverse or the opposite of 250 to both sides of the equal sign, which is negative 250. Then this gives us 59,250, while on the other side we have 3x, and dividing both sides by 3. So here we are actually applying the division property of equality by dividing both sides of the equal sign by the numerical coefficient of x, which is the 3. And now here we have the value of x be equal to 59,250 divided by 3. So let us use a calculator to speed up the process. 59,250 divided by 3 gives us 19,750. So 19,750. So that means if we add 250 to such value of x, then we will obtain her salary after the increase happens on the 20th quarter. And obviously, it will give us an amount of 20,000 pesos. So again, x plus 250, which happens to be 19,750 plus 250 for a total of 20,000 pesos. So this will be her salary after 5 years. And now let us proceed with the next problem. So here in this problem, in a certain region, the motorcycle accidents seem to increase by a constant rate, as reflected in the given table. And here is the table. So what would be the predicted number of motorcycle accidents by the end of the year 2024 if the same trend applies until such? So since we are given with a table, this will be relatively easy because we do not have to illustrate the problem anymore. So we only need to look at the numbers here, whether they show an arithmetic sequence or a geometric sequence. So let us try to come up with the differences first. So 384 minus 256 gives us 128, while having the difference between 576 and 384, it gives us 192. Since that we did not obtain any common difference here, then it is not an arithmetic sequence. Now let us check for the common ratio. So to speed up the process, I guess we may use a calculator for this. So here we are dividing 384 by 256, and the answer is 1.5, or 3 halves. And let us have 576 divided by 384, and it gives us the same value of 1.5, or 3 halves. And for 864 divided by 576, it gives us 1.5 as well, or 3 halves. So that means that we have a common ratio. So this set of numbers show a geometric sequence. And now let us take a look at the question. So here we will use such number to predict the number of motorcycle accidents by the end of the year 2024 if the same trend continues. So let us simply have the information about A sub 1 here, which happens to be 256, as well as the common ratio of 1.5, or 3 halves. Since that the question only asks for the number of accidents by the end of year 2024, there's no need to add all these accidents or numbers. So we only need to know what is the exact term for the year 2024. So 2019, so next would be 2020, 2021, 22, 23, and 24. So that means we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 terms in this geometric sequence. So we are looking for the A sub 9. And for our formula, we have the A sub n be equal to A sub 1 times the value of r raised to n minus 1. And let us substitute all the known quantities in our formula, having our question of A sub 9 be equal to the value of A sub 1, which happens to be 256, while the common ratio is 3 halves. Since that this is a 9, so your n also changes to 9, and it gives us an 8. So now, so the 8 will be distributed to both the numerator and denominator. So here we will have 2 raised to 8 actually is 256. Applying cancellation method here gives us a 1. So that means we are only looking for 3 raised to 8. So let us use a calculator to speed up the process here. So 3 raised to 4 is 81. So that means multiplying another 81 gives us 6,561. So there will be 6,561 predicted number of motorcycle accidents